All right, so someone was asking in the Discord for just general Kai mid-screen conversions. Now, this is by no means comprehensive. This is just kind of off the cuff. I have tried to record it a couple times, so I do have a general structure that I want to follow. But other than that, this is just improvised and not really structured. So, like, Kai's mid-screen conversions are good. That actually is one of the main strengths of the character, is that he gets a lot in a lot of situations that other characters don't, and in ways that other characters do not. For a character that is like him, like I have to kind of put a lot of asterisks on it because it'd be like blah 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 or whatever, and I just don't. I'm going to preface this. Kai has good conversions, and now meterlessly he doesn't have a whole lot. So, like, let's say you get, like, a Far Slash, you get Sun Dipper, you get a knockdown, 64 damage, that's pretty standard. A lot of characters get stuff like this. Now, Kai has it's a little bit more universal because literally any hit can go into Sun Dipper or Direct Lat. If you're a little bit closer, you go into Direct Lat. If you're a little bit further, you go into Sun Dipper. If you are unsure, you just let them wait, you let them drift away, and then Sun Dipper a little bit later, and it's very consistent. And you'll pretty much always have access to this. You know, that situation post Undipper is pretty good. You can back it up with, like, you can back it up with a run throw. You can back it up with a micro dash 5H to catch backdash. Although do be aware that micro dash backdash against the big body throwers like Potemkin, Nago, those two are really the only two. I don't remember if Gold Lewis actually has a big throw. I don't think he does. But Gold Lewis and Nago and Potemkin will try and throw pretty often on the Sun Dipper knockdown because they're looking for this kind of thing, and you are in their throw range, just not other people's. So you have to be really precise with it to do it on them. But that's beside the point. That's a huge tangent. Don't need to know that. So that alone is already, like, if that's all you're doing, that's fine. Now, you can turn any button into super. This is kind of what Kai was famous for early on, was that he got wall break and super wall break. I'm not really a proponent of this. I don't think this is that good. First off, this is it's a difficult hit confirm. Like, you do miss it to do just random hit into that. And then this knockdown, although I do have the timing to do a safe kick there, where I could have comboed off that 5k if I wanted to. It is hard to do. It's a manually timed safe jump. There aren't any auto time safe jumps that are worth doing anyway. And it's just not that good a knockdown. It's not worth the meter. Like, usually you're going to get more damage just taking the 50 damage doing this. I didn't get the dash, but that does 224. And that's 50 more damage. It's worth it, right? And you also have more ability to like, the other one is good for burst, because they cannot burst this. So that's like the main reason that this is good. Although there's a burst point here that's guaranteed, but you can jump there. You can jump on either of the close slashes. People burst there all the time. They're like, I'll wait till late in the combo to burst so I don't get wall broken, and then you burst at them. It's super common. It shows up all the time, even against, like, tournament players. Everyone's burst habits are so freaking bad in this game. All right, now so that's, like, kind of your mid-screen conversions. Now, it is worth learning a fast RC route. The correct one is that. Actually, is that it? 201? That's what I do. I don't know if that's actually the best. You might be able to squeeze out, like, maybe 10 damage there. But that's worth learning as well. The reason for that is it saves a lot of meter. The fast RC has almost no meter penalty. You're building meter immediately, whereas if you don't, I'm still not building meter, right? There's a huge meter penalty, and BRC has the shortest meter penalty. So that would be why you do the fast route. It saves, like, first off, it saves a little bit of meter. Like, you see, I don't use all of the meter. But it also interfaces well with the meter economy. It lets you do that stuff more often. So that is worth doing. It depends on whether you want the damage, or the consistency, or the fast RC. Like it you know, there's like little gray area. If you always do this, that's totally fine. No, I didn't. I mashed it and I didn't even get the timing. Good job, me. That's like a super loose timing. Whatever. That's beside the point. Okay. So that's all stuff that's really good. Something that will help mid-screen conversions a lot, and this is true of every character, not just Kai, is being used to doing anti-air jab into a conversion. It doesn't really matter what you do, but you don't want to do that, right? That's 60 damage. You know, that's like, right, 50 damage. You know, versus 170, right? That's 100 damage. You will get anti-air jabs a lot. The most common places to get them are against people who do a deeper jump to get a cross-up. Quite often you'll like tag them with the jab, like you'll 6P, and then it'll be 4P on the other side, and you'll anti-air them. You get it on IADs a lot. You get it on catchers that have air moves. It's a really common hit to anti-air with a jab, and even if you're doing like this kind of thing, for like ease to like if this confirm is hard for you, like if that confirm is hard for you, you can throw in extra light hits, but you don't want to do P, because P has just worse gravity scaling, whereas the 5K pretty forgiving timings. I think actually this should 5 ace pickup. Nice. It's not even less damage. So that kind of thing is good, right? Learning to do one of those conversions doesn't really matter what you do. If you do, you know, if you don't want to do the dash, raw 2H, you know, that's not a huge difference. But you don't want to do like, that kind of thing. That's no good. Similarly, on air-to-air hits, generally you're going to get a lot of air hits. You just want to do like JD, dash cancel, whichever one. That's very consistent. It's not like, it won't do like this sort of range where you're jumping back, or on counter hit. It still works on counter hit most of the time. But if you're like if you're just like far away, and you hit like a tip or something, you won't get that conversion, but it's pretty consistent on pretty much any JS hit, which this is a super common air-to-air hit to get, and highly recommend learning just to train yourself to do this. That's not hard to add into your kit to get damage there, because this 30 damage versus the like 150 or whatever, it's a pretty big difference. That's worth learning. What else? There are some like easy conversions if you know about them. So like on counter hit, 5H right here. Counter hit all ranges, goes into Fudrark. And that's important because Fudrark forces crouch. Which means that on crouching character, you can do... no, I don't want guard, I want crouch. On crouching, you can do 2K 6H. So quite often, this is with a little bit of corner assistance. You can do that. And if they're a little bit closer to the corner, you know, you can get some corner assistance there mid-screen. And there's a whole, like, branching path of routes depending on the distance that you can do. Like, if you're a little bit closer, you can do this. Oh, it's a little bit too far. You know, you can do that kind of thing, depending on how they bounce off the wall. And you'll start recognizing those combos pretty well, particularly if you play the same stages over and over. I actually do not play this stage, so I didn't. I don't know where I don't actually know exactly where the corner is on this stage because the stage lags. but and no one really plays the stage. Like, it's not a very popular stage. But that's good to know. Also, any counter hit goes into Stun Dipper at all ranges. You don't have to think about it. It's an easy confirm. That's an easy confirm. And it also is an easy confirm into Super. Every single counter hit is completely free into Super. If you have like any tendency to hit confirm at all, that's super easy. That's super easy and good to like. That's a really good habit to instill in yourself to get yourself used to looking for it. If you can't do it, don't worry about me calling it easy. I'm just calling it easy because if you are like trained on that, it's like super easy. But if you're not trained on it, you're not going to hit it. Like, if you haven't like spent the mental energy to learn to do it, then you're not going to be able to do it unless you practice a little bit, or just have good awareness or whatever. What other mid-screen conversions do you need to know? 2H. This is more for like DP punishes, but 2H. That's actually not the right ender, but you know. Oh, that's right. It splats because I'm... Okay, whatever. It doesn't always splat there. You know, this kind of thing does pretty good damage. It doesn't have a whole lot of scaling on it, so that super is worth doing rather than DP. Often the super is only like 5 more damage or something. But that's not that particular combo is like it does. I think it's worth doing the super. I think if I remember it, hang on, let me look at that. How much more damage is it? I can't. My hands froze on camera. Uh, 221. Yeah, that's probably worth doing. 14 damage and super knockdown. Yeah, it's probably worth doing. So those are some mid-screen conversions. I'm sure that I missed some. But a lot of that stuff is useful and useful ideas to learn where players are often giving up extra damage. If I watch this back and I missed like 30 things, I'm not going to post it, but I don't know. I'm going to throw this up. Why not?